As pets become more and more like family, their care becomes more about the details. If Roscoe got his meds, if Chowder got 1 scoop or 3, if Juniper made a number 2, or if she's secretly holding in that bomb. Staying on top of it can take a whole village, and one family, the Marks, created their own app to make loving your dog a lot simpler.
Hello, my name is Lynn Marks. My business is called DogLog, and I am the co-founder and CEO.
Hello, my name is Gideon Marks, and I'm a co-founder and funding my company.
This family-run business knows it takes a village to raise a fur baby, and this is how they brought that village to life. So what is DogLog and the history behind it?
So DogLog was created by my family a few years ago, really to help us solve our own pain point when trying to take the best care possible of our dog, Joy. I was living with my dad at the time, and with our different work schedules, being in and out of the house at different times, we just kept on having to ask each other very basic questions every single day. Like, did you walk the dog already? Did you feed them? Of course, the dog always pretends that they haven't been fed, even though they have been. So after, a couple months of this, we realized, well, we have the right people if we do want to create some kind of technical solution for this. Myself being a product manager, my brother at the time was a CS student, and my dad was a corporate development and also mentors startups. So we realized, well, let's just create a solution that can help us with our own issue. And that's how DogLog was created. So really the basic idea we were trying to solve is helping dog owners better coordinate and track their pets' daily activities and health. And from there, we have really expanded to cover a lot of other pain points and use cases that other pet owners might want. We're now really trying to be a platform where all important information about your pet can be found in one place. And we also want to be able to take all of that data and then help the pet owners understand if there are any concerning or changing trends about their pet's behavior.
How did you go about getting feedback from your users?
It was from day one a decision to have the ability to communicate with the users. One of the features we added on the app itself, we enable you to contact us directly, whether you have a good comment, but we also want to get bad comments so we can improve.
Coming from a product management background, we're really supposed to serve as the customer's voice. So, when starting to work on DogLog, we've used this as one of our main pillars where, originally we were trying to solve this issue just for ourselves. But when we realized that we could do so much good for the pet community and help other pet owners, we really tried to understand their own voice as well as we could. And at this point, I believe, 90% of the new features that we add in DogLog are user requested. We always try to solve any issues as best as we can. So that's definitely one of the things that I believe has made DogLog become more successful and allows for a lot of that organic growth because we are building the things that people are asking for, which is then letting other pet owners in the same situation try to solve that same issue by looking up for some solution, and then that's how they find DogLog.
What has been an obstacle as an entrepreneur that you've had to overcome?
Just how difficult marketing can be. Luckily at my full-time job, I have marketing people who I get to rely on, so I can focus more on the product side. But at DogLog, I'm really the marketing person, and either trying to do social media or contacting, newspapers or, TV stations so they can do a segment about you and, any other types of marketing that you may have to do. It really is a difficult skill. So trying to rely or get help from other people who are more knowledgeable in that space, and really not to get down on myself too much.
Where do you see DogLog heading in the future?
When we started DogLog, it was just for our family. And today we're looking at 100,000 downloads. We're not too far away from there. And a lot of times Lynn and I will talk about it and say, wow, what has happened? But our goal is actually to become a dominant platform that will help pet parents better communicate, be able to store data about their dogs or other pets, will have the ability to predict about their health, etc. So yes, we are aiming at millions of users eventually. Of course, in order to achieve the millions of users we want to, we will have to change a little bit about the way we fund it. And we do hope that some investors eventually will be interested to invest in such a platform, because the future is very bright for DogLog. Think about all the data we have there, which we protect and we don't share it with anyone. But think about all this data we have about dogs, different types of dogs, where they live. There's a lot of things one can do with this information. So we will hopefully be able to get to the millions of users and also get funded, etc.
The Marks family created DogLog for their own family pet, which happened to be a dog. But the system they've developed can be used for any kind of critter. Finally, what advice can you offer other aspiring entrepreneurs?
The team component of a successful startup, if you don't have the perfect team, that complement each other, that brings different set of skills, the odds of you being successful are relatively slimmer than what already are. Build the best team you can, because you will run into a wall many times, and only a team can overcome all these hurdles, obstacles, etc.
I guess my biggest advice would be to work on something that you are passionate about, because being an entrepreneur is not easy. It's very difficult, from the hours that you spend, from the new skills that you need to develop, or making sure that you don't take things personally when people maybe give negative feedback about your product. And definitely as an entrepreneur, hard times will definitely come at one point or another, and really knowing how to be resilient about that. So with all those difficult obstacles that you need to overcome, if you're working on something that you truly believe in, it's going to make it a lot easier to keep on motivating yourself to push forward.